It's not even funny.
Oh, okay. We're way up in the air. Gotta watch where I step here. There's my granddaughters. They're so sweet, Vera and Solveig.
Come here, baby girl.
Yes.
And what grade are you in, Vera?
Third.
Third. And Solveig, what grade are you in?
Fifth.
Fifth. Wow.
Yes.
You are. I love you girls. You're so sweet. You're my precious ones. So you don't have anything to tell my YouTube followers?
Where are you?
We are in our house. We are in our house.
In what town?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh.
Nebraska.
Omaha? But aren't you in a suburb like, is it Bellevue or something?
I think it's Bellevue. I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
Shake, shake.
I think it's Bellevue.
Cool.
I think it's me.
Which means they make a guess about the answer. Then they do an experiment and they use more than one sample of what you're experimenting on and change only one thing about each one to test your hypothesis. Next, they analyze their findings. After that, they see if their hypothesis is correct.
Peaches wants to be on the YouTube video. Doesn't need consent.
She doesn't care. She's on many YouTube videos.
Our doggo.
Just roaming around in the
her name is
background,
Peaches.
being a
You drew that picture on the front?
yeah.
So then you wrote the whole book?
Yeah. Well, there's some pages in here, but basically it's kind of like an art prompt book. So there's like a guide for it.
Can you show me inside? Did you do anything?
I have like a couple of things in here.
Because they're different. Well, they're the same.
So we had to do two things. Two things talking to each other with masking tape as the background. So it says, I'm a bad dog, yay! Oh, this one, I was gonna use it, but then also it was probably too small. So. We looked through, there were these like magazines we had, they were Mom's running magazines. So it says this, something I feel proud of is when I gave some of my toys, including my own G, which is named a boss. The moral of this story is that this is a step closer to making the world the perfect place.
So what did you give the kids? Oh, you gave some toys?
Yeah, I
To the Micah house?
Yes.
Oh, that was sweet of you.
Out of a cover.
Hold on.
And I wrote Solveig's Super Secret Notebook. And I wrote Confidential Top Secret.
Oh, man.
And then I didn't draw like living things talking to each other. I drew shoes. But it's a really bad joke.
Okay.
So bad it's literally not even funny.
And what's the joke?
Did you hear about the fashion show? No. The models arrived fashionably late.
It's not even funny.
Oh, okay. Oh, and then you did one with the circles too, huh?
Yes. And then this is Korean.
You wrote Korean?
Yep. That is Finnish.
Man, so you're learning all these different languages? Show us your British accent.
Okay, I'm British. Totally real British accent.
Candle, I have this little cup with pencils and markers in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have this, which plays Swan Lake.
Oh, that's pretty. And you're working on a puzzle?
Yeah, and then I'm
Ugh,
doing this like.
that looks really hard. I've got RV now where I can
Good.
travel to different states.
That's great.
Portability or whatever they call it.
No, you can't.
So, Hey. Okay, guys, we are back in Kearney, Nebraska at the Buffalo Fairgrounds. We like the 2 hours, 120 miles deal. Had a good trip, no problems in driving over here. Just lots of traffic on Highway 80, I'll tell you that. This is Sunday in the middle of Labor Day weekend. So you've seen all this before. Last time we were here, the place was packed. We had all those horse people, and there is a van over here around the corner. And we did find out that they do on these poles have 50 amps, so I'm supposed to come over here and pay. Attention campers. As of September 1st, camping is $20 a night. Please stop in the office to pay for your stay or drop the payment in the drop box. And then I'm going to drop my check in this little box right here. I'm going to go look around and see if I can find water. We got a few more people came in. Here's a red pump. I found one that quick. What?
Wanna break it off and go your own way. You need some time to think, and baby, that's okay. Sure you fell for me, I fell too, but that don't mean we won't make it through.
Don't you love that?
Wanna stay in touch, but I don't feel the same. 'Cause we were always never your friend.
And I was taking forever to fill up. So I changed out the filter. That helped a little bit. I finally took off the filter. I bet you that we were there for what, half hour, 40 minutes? At least. Then we didn't want to go to the dump station because I like to get rid of all the extra water. I don't want that extra weight to reduce my 6 miles to the gallon average. And so there were like 4 RVs waiting to dump. And by the time we were done with the water, they were all gone. So we got everything dumped out. And now we're getting ready to head to the Julesburg rest area to stay overnight. And that rest area, it says the temperature is going to be 95 degrees. Fortunately, that's only during the daytime. At night, it's supposed to get down in the 60s or 50s because you're on the desert. So we're heading that way. It's going to take us over 2.5 hours to get there. I've taken this old phone that I had and turned it into a for video, and then every once in a while, for no reason, it just shuts off.
I heard a ringing bell this morning, and it woke me from a dream. In that dream I heard a warning, saying leave the rest.
Alright, we made it to Julesburg rest area. Here we are. We're way up in the air. You can see here that this parking lot is slanted. Put this under these tires. They say you don't want your jacks just holding up the RV. Come back in and lower it back down. We're gonna have to go down a little more in the front. We're still sticking up in the air. Now we should be good. I want that one's on, and that one's on. Here we are. You've seen this place before. We've been here before. I don't think it was 97 degrees last time we were here. I'm going in the air conditioning, and this evening I'll come out and give a walk, show you around. Susie made some great sandwiches for supper. Chicken, cheese on what kind of ciabatta bread. I put some of her homemade guacamole on it. So that was pretty sweet of her to make this nice sandwich. We're eating a little early because we missed lunch. Okay, I'm going to check my generator and see how many hours I got. Kind of been waiting until 150 hours so I can change the oil. Fortunately, it's been running good. Last time I was here, it ran wonderful the first day. You ever notice I'm always itching my nose? What's that about? I'm supposed to do that on camera. Anyway, last time I was here, the generator ran perfect the first day, but then the next morning it wouldn't run. So also I'm going to need to adjust for altitude as we get up into Denver. We're a mile high. And there's the hours. You can see it. It's 115 hours. I've still got to watch where I step here. There's dog poop all over. 115 hours, so I've still got about 35 hours before I need to change the oil in the filter. Starting to cool off here, beautiful evening. But at least they have just an RV place here, because over on the other side you have truck. Then you have to listen to the truck engines run all night. Let's go over and look at the truck side and check out the dump station. Here's the rest area. I can swing over here and get rid of my gray water RV dump station. Tomorrow's supposed to be 102 here. We're heading into Denver. I think it's only going to be like 95. And then on Saturday, 67 degrees on Saturday. And cloudy and rainy. We'll be there for 3 weeks. Here's my RV glowing in the setting sun. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, we're getting ready to leave Julesburg rest area. Had a good night's sleep. Get you a sign welcoming you to colorful Colorado. We decided to go ahead and dump here. That way when we get to the campground, which does not have full hookup, we will already have clean empty tank, and all we have to do is fill up water, which for some reason has been going painfully slow. About this guy that comes and flushes out these gray and black tanks, so then your sensors work. So I think when we get to Tucson or Phoenix, if we go up to Phoenix, I'm gonna try and get a hold of that guy and pay him. He puts a wand up in there and flushes out both tanks really good. and mine definitely need it. Sensors aren't working right, and the gray tank, they don't work at all. All right, we're coming into Denver, Colorado. We're actually 37 minutes from our campsite. Only 30 miles from the mountains and from downtown. But if you look out there, you'll see that it's very, very hazy. But we're thankful we made it here safely. Well, we pulled in here about an hour ago, 96 degrees. We kicked on the generator and the ACs both right away. The problem was that the water fill station up there was not working right. It took an hour to get the tank 1/3 full. Go over here, and on the side of the tank, I don't know if you can see it, it's clear tank. You can see the level. And over here are the little sensors. So like the water's right here and it's got to get up. Water's right here. And it's got to get up to here to be 2/3. And then we need it to be full because we're going to be here 4 days. Two stinking hours later. And we're still not even up to 2/3 full. Something is really wrong. Something's blocking the water coming in to fill the tank. Oh man, are we wiped out now. After driving 3.5 hours and then 2 hours just trying to fill up the water tank. It's a bad day. Had a pretty good ride. I'm at the halfway point. This is usually where I turn around. There's this beer garden right here. I always think, oh man, I should stop and get a beer. But I get beers at home a lot cheaper. Always a little reluctant, but I pass these bikers that are, you know, in the uniforms on their 10 speeds, calf muscles rippling. I go ahead and pass them just because I want to pedal full speed, and I know I get a feeling that they hate me. I just passed one, and there's another lady coming the other way, and she shook her head no at me. I don't know what that was about, But whatever. I don't care. I'm pushing 70 years old. I love my electric bike, and I have just as much right to be on there as they do. And they go faster than I do down the hills, so it's not a matter of speed on the electric bike. So my turnaround is at 48 volts. You can see from the bars that it's gone back to full now that I've stopped, but I know from the voltage it's going to go further because it goes downhill from here. I'll go back and maybe ride a little bit around the park. I like these hogbacks. Those are cool. I'm always bragging about my lithium batteries on Facebook, and I got this guy now that wants me to take a picture. It's easier said than done. I gotta lie on my back under there and open it up, the hood, and get him a couple of pictures. And while I'm there, I can go ahead and check my water levels and other stuff. Always fun getting down on my back, opening up this stupid hood to reach up here and pull this, and then it's unlocked. I get a picture of the bottom of this battery thing for him because they welded an extension on here. So here's my lithium batteries, and they're wider than normal batteries, so they had to cut and re-weld the bracket. And then over here is where I see my water levels, and I don't know, maybe because it's so hot they're all showing too high, but it was so hard to climb back in and see the water level on this last one that I finally just installed these things. But really I need to get this battery replaced, and I'll probably replace it with a AGM batteries, no water needed. This is my windshield wiper fluid. That's for my jacks, and unfortunately I filled it up when the jacks were down, so it overflowed and made a giant mess. This is the cover I bought and put on my solenoid that raises my jacks, because this gets wet and then it goes out. On my list, I have check bot battery water level. That's done. Save that. Go back. Okay, and leveler fluid reservoir. Whoop. Done. Save. Back. Okay, and I still need to get up on the roof and lubricate the antenna. I'm going to do that when it's cooler. Got to clean the roof at Dakota Ridge. And I'm going to flush the hot water heater when I'm in Tucson. Swear, check the oil, and I just did that a while back. So, going over to get my blood drawn, which brings up the question. What do we do as full-time RVers for our medical care? Well, fortunately, I'm over 65, so I have Medicare. And Medicare can be used anywhere in the country. It's kind of like a PPO, if you know what that is. I can pick out my own doctor and my own medical places. I also got a Part G, and that's like a little supplemental. I pay another $47 a month for that. And for Sue, though, it was much more complex, because that girl is not 65 yet. She had to turn left, go through Obamacare with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas. And you say, why Texas? You're never hardly in Texas. It's all we could really get because she had had that surgery, and so she had an existing condition. She has a doctor who is in Texas, and that doctor has to be the one who directs all of her medical care. So she can't see a specialist or go to any other service without that doctor's approval first. Fortunately, her health has been good this summer. But now, because her insurance is in Texas and she needs a surgery, we're going to have to go back to Texas and stay there a couple of months, hopefully just 2 months, and so she can get that surgery done. She could get emergency medical care outside of the state. That's how we do it.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes.
Alright, I'm going to take a bike ride around this little park here, Bear Creek Park. And I'll just show you some highlights of the park. Okay, across the dam, then I'll head down around the lake. It's only 60 degrees, so it's a little chilly riding this bike.
Blame it on me. They just want a scapegoat. I just tried to fit in. You've got to beg just to get in line. The fights, the lies. I just tried to be good. You've got to break to get out of the woods.
Got a nice view up here. You can, I don't know if you can see the lake right there, but so got a little bike ride up the hill. I passed some poor people that are riding regular bikes, struggling. Ooh, it's a steep hill. It's a mountain. I climbed up okay with my electric bike.
They tell me I look good. They tell me I look good. I know it's just me. I'll find another savior. Feeling cold to the bone. You've got to fight to get out of the storm. I know, it's time, I just tried to be good. You've got to break to get tell me I look good. They tell me I look good. They tell me I look right. let me come inside. They tell me I look good. They tell me I am fine. I want you to show me love, show me life. They tell me I look